of a taxi. This is the back of a Grab. You're going to be bouncing like this. And it's through the whole ride. Everybody does it. What's up, my peeps? 53 Shades Darker coming to you with another video. This video is Huddle number 7. So before I get started, I would like to say thank you for all my viewers and subscribers that's out there. We are now as of today, we are now at 976 subscribers. We are just shy of 1,000, which is our goal. So I'm going to say thank you to all the supporters, everybody that's been there with 53 Shades Darker in the Philippines, everyone that supported me from all over the world, people back at home, some people here in the Philippines. I want to thank just some of the subscribers and friends, even some of the vloggers that I talk to and that I know. Puts and Boots, POB, you know who you are. Just everybody that's out there. I can't name everybody because I don't want to forget somebody. But it's just a special thanks for being there, supporting this journey. I've been doing it for 4 months. So far 4 months, and I think 976. I think that's pretty good, and I'm happy with it. If it was only 4 people or 2 people listening to some of the things, I'm happy for that. So I'm just grateful that we have it at 976. So I'm gonna give myself and the people that's brought me there a hand clap. That's right. So that's first business. So there's been a lot of things going on. There's been a lot of stuff going on. There's so much stuff that I would like to talk about. There's so many things that I could discuss. Some good stuff and some not so good stuff. But by me being the type of person that's trying to keep a clean channel and trying to just keep it peaceful, where there's no arguments and there's no this and that. I mean, there's so many things that can be talked about, but it's kind of hard because I want to say something, but then at the same time, I don't want to be like some other people or some other vloggers that I don't know personally, but just other people doing some things, you know. So, you know, because I get a lot of people asking me and saying, how come you don't talk about this? How come you don't talk about that? Do you hear this vlogger saying this? Sometimes I feel like this, because of not offending people and people get butthurt. You know, if you really say some things, but if you want to know the truth, you know, there's a movie, I think it's called A Few Good Men. You want to know the truth? Well, you can't handle the truth. That's the way it is with a lot of people, because people get in their feelings and they start getting upset and they start getting mad if you're speaking, basically just talking your mind and speaking your mind. If it was me, I'd rather know the truth than something that's watered down. But as you know, it causes so much drama and so much tension. And to say most of my viewers, they're grown men, and I want to say it's like 30% women and 70% men. But some men, they get so upset. They get upset, and you know, it's like That's what I don't want. So some of the stuff I kind of shy away from. But sometimes, honestly, I will say that when it comes to speaking about something that I know should be said, I kind of want to say it. You know, I can't speak for everybody. I can't even speak for. I can only speak for myself. But me being in a specific race group, I kind of feel that I can talk about that because I don't want to say something about somebody else and then somebody gonna say, oh, he's talking about us, or he's talking about a specific group. But it's like this. Most of problems that come from people, they come from within their own group. And I just think it's bad. It's sad that it's like that, you know. But I mean, what can you do? And then at the same time, I don't want to give something for somebody to take it and put it on the freeway. Other people put it on the freeway and run with it and say, you see this, you see this, you see this is why people do this, this is why people say that. Because I believe there's messed up people in all races, in every group. So when you see one person do this, don't pinpoint it and say that group is doing this or this group is doing that. I'm really getting tired of that because, you know, that's the way people are pitting other people, putting them in the same basket. And it's like, you know, you try to say stuff not to please everybody because you can't please everybody, but you try to say stuff that you use tact when you say it, and that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm trying to do, you know. But just some of the stuff that I see here with this YouTube stuff, you know, I'm not gonna call out people by their names. I'm not gonna say this person is doing this or this person is doing that, you know. But guys that's out there, think about this. Think about this. I see a lot of this brother did this and this brother did that and this brother did that. But nobody is talking about what other people do. Like if it's okay. You know, there's a lot of people that do things that's not right. But what the point, the thing that I don't like, and I'm going to really tell you what I don't like, is when people get on YouTube and they start downing people when they can simply send them an email, text them, fix them. You know, if you want to fix somebody, or if you're just doing it for views, you know, it's like, to me, it's like that's why I don't want to get in. That's why I don't want to get involved in it. So I just want to say this: people, help each other. If you got a problem with somebody, talk to them like a man. Talk to them like a man. Or talk to them like a little brother, little sister. You know? I mean, it just, what you're doing is you're making people look really bad. You know? So, I'm pretty sure you guys know where I'm going with this. So, I just felt that I need to talk about that. But we need to take care of our own selves. You know, before you go talk about other people, fix yourself. Fix yourself. Or fix other people that you know that need the help. You know, that's why I'm not naming people, because I'm not going to do stuff like that. But I will say something just so you can understand where I'm coming from. I mean, don't let the nice looks and things fool you, you know. It's just, it's hard to explain it. It's hard to explain it. But I'm going to get off of that because I'm going way off of what I want to talk about in this huddle. But I just think sometimes people need to snap into reality and give people a reality check. So, I guess the only way to say it is look at other people. Look at everybody. If you're gonna do that, look at other people, because there's a lot of people that's doing crazy stuff that could be talked about. But if for some reason these same people, they want to talk about the same people, the same group of people, and I just think that is not, I don't think that is right, because anyway, I'm done with that. So, the videos. I got 2 videos to talk about. First video I did, it was the interview with Sharon Lapu Lapu, my friend. So, Miss Sharon, I got to know her as a really, really good friend, and you know, there's a lot of stuff that you can learn about people once you get to meet them and get to talking to them and things like that, you know. So when you talk to people, you can really understand where they're coming from, and you can engage in their conversation because you get to know them better. So if you see them once or twice, you know, a couple times, then you're like, oh, okay, this person's a nice, sweet person and everything. The interview went well. She actually interviewed me right after I interviewed her. She answered the questions that I had for her. They weren't really, really hard questions. They weren't really, you know, personal, really, really personal questions, because that's not my business. Stuff like that. And I'm not gonna put nobody on the spot and just kind of tell them something that they really probably not too comfortable with. You know, at the same time, if they offer to say it, then of course we'll talk about it. But we did the interview here locally in Lapu Lapu, and I thought it went well. She's very, very, really, really funny and fun to be around. She's a sweet lady. And for some of the guys that's out there, you know, some people, and I know they were just being funny, you know, they were like, you know, why don't you ask her for a date and stuff like that, you know. It's like, it's a friendship, and, you know, just because the person is a beautiful person, good personality, and things like that, doesn't mean nothing else. It just means that you get along well and stuff like that, and everything is fine. Now, I mean, I am a man, I am a male, and I'm not gonna say that I don't think that she's a pretty woman and, you know, I find her attractive. I'm not gonna say that that's not the case, but there's a time and a place for everything, and right then and there is definitely not the time. So, the second video, I did a video over here right down the street, over to the left, once you leave out of Lapu Lapu, out of Mactan Newtown, of a Korean dining. I still can't pronounce the name of the place, but it was a nice video. I think it was pretty nice. The owners that owned the place, they put their foot in it, because they did a nice job with the layout. And every night, if you go over there, it's always crowded, so they get a lot of business. And the food that I had, honestly, I like sushi, and it's kind of like sushi you know, it didn't have fish in it. It had some, it was like a variety of different things. It had pineapple in there. It had like ham in there. It had rice. It had some seaweed. So it was a little much for me because I'm just used to the basic, like a California roll or whatever. But it was good. I want to see what they have more. You know, what else do they have? I went back there like about 3 or 4 days after that, and I had the spicy ramen noodle. It was pretty good too, and it was it was hot. So if you're into the spicy things, it's perfect over there. So overall, it was clean, very good staff, very friendly, and it was nice. And you see upstairs they had a bunch of karaoke rooms. The person that took me up there, very nice girl, and showed me around and things like that. They have a smoking area, so it was pretty nice. I enjoyed that, really good. So we're down to my top five things that I want to talk about. I think I'm gonna add something else because I thought about something that happened out here, and I want to talk about that at the end of the fifth one. So, number one. Hold on. You know, as you get older, you're gonna need glasses. And being 55, I can definitely feel the vision. So I gotta put on my Steve Harvey glasses, I always say. So number one, what is this? Oh, okay. So number one, if you plan on buying a condo out here, do not, I repeat, do not. Dog is just laying right here. I repeat, do not do pre-selling. Don't do pre-selling. And the reason why is because with pre-selling, you're gonna put a whole bunch of, I mean, you do what you want to do, but I'm just saying, being a resident that live here and that know and see what happens, I'm trying to inform you so you can not make these mistakes. So pre-selling is, and I'm not a real estate agent, so let's put that disclaimer out there because I don't want somebody to, oh, he's a real estate agent. No. Well, pre-selling here, most of the time, the building is not even built yet. And here, it seems like they just trying to do that. They're trying to do pre-selling because they want the money now so they can pay these people that's working on the building. That's just my, I don't know if that's true, but I'm just assuming because they have to get up so much money, then they have to pay these guys to do it. And when you pre-sale, when you buy pre-sale, you're putting thousands and thousands of dollars giving these guys the money. So by the time you actually purchase, get into your home, get into your condo, and actually go there, you're gonna see that, hold on for a second, there's a big mob that's coming by. I think it's like a school or something. So, as I was saying, you're going to be putting a lot of money with this, and sometimes these pre-selling, they're like two to 3 years. So, imagine having a faucet, brand new faucet. You turn the water on. You come back 3 years later, or 2 years later, What do you think is going to happen to that faucet? In a lot of cases, what do you think is going to happen? I think what's going to happen is you're going to find some rust. You're going to find it hasn't been used. It's not moving. So that's just a plain example talking about a faucet. When you get into toilets, when you get into some of the plumbing, when you get into some of the hoses, the hoses that go on the back of the toilets. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm talking from experience. I didn't pre-sell, but the hose that was on a pipe turned out to be an old hose. And I was told, oh, it's been on there for a minute. I'm like, well, how long? How long of a minute? How long? Oh, probably a year or a year and a half. So, and the water's not running, right? The water's not running through the system. So if the water's not running through the system, or if it ran through the system, and now there's water that's locked in there and it evaporates and dries or whatever, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to start getting some rust if it's not constantly flowing. So pre-selling, like I said, in my opinion, and again, I'm not a real estate agent, but when you buy pre-selling here, you might run into some problems because it's going to take them 2 years. Right now, there's a place next to me. It's 31 million pesos. 31 million pesos. Last I checked, 1 million pesos was 20,000 US dollars. Might be a little more because of the peso rate, but 1 million is 20,000, 20 plus, like, I don't know the exact number, but it's 20, just say 20,000. So you're talking about 31 million. Do the math on that. And to pre-sell a place, and I know somebody who's already done it. They already bought it and they're regretting it because of these issues that they're having, that some people are having. So before you do it, think about it. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't tell you. If you plan on coming here and purchasing something, you might want to look at that pre-selling, or buy something that's already been lived in, or that's not too old. Like when I say not too old, I'm talking about 6 months to not even a year. I would say not even, maybe 3 months or 2, you know, just because of that. Hey, it's up to you. You do what you want to do. I'm here to inform you and give you some kind of idea of what you might want to look for. Okay? So, number 2. For the people that's been here, who lives here, they're probably used to it. And again, I want to say this because a lot of times, and I'm just telling the facts. So what I'm saying is not, people can say that, yeah, he's telling the truth about this. Some of these top 5s. We're not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm only telling the people that's gonna come here, whether you're here in Lapu-Lapu, or if you're in, say, Iloilo or anywhere in the Philippines. Number 2, my second top 5, riding in a taxi or a Grab. Get used to the driver. For some reason, this is the way they drive, because everybody does it. Every time I've gotten to a Grab. A Grab is just like Uber for the people that's out there that don't know. But every time I get into a Grab, they step on their brakes through the whole trip, back and forth. I'm talking about like this. Do. Dude, I don't understand it. I want somebody to explain it because I just don't understand it. Because sometimes you can get in the back and it'll make you sick. It can literally make you sick from the constant moving. And it's like this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to show you how you're going to be in the back of that Grab or that taxi. Hold on. Back of a taxi. This is the back of a Grab. You're going to be bouncing like this. And it's through the whole ride. Everybody does it. It's a tap on the brakes for some reason. Like it stops and goes, stop and go, stop and go. I don't understand it. If somebody's out there, a viewer that can help me, explain to me or put it in the comments and tell me what is that about and why do they do that? So that's number 2. And again, it's not a complaint. It's just I'm preparing the guys that's coming and girls that's coming here to know that, expect that when you get in a taxi. Because you're probably going to think, what the heck is going on? You're probably going to think that. So, say that 53 Shades Darker in the Philippines told you about that. Number 3. My top 3. Number 3. Flies. Flies. The little flies that... Flies. A lot of flies out here. Yeah, there's flies everywhere. There's flies I'm from Las Vegas. There's flies in Las Vegas also. I was in Iraq for 18 months serving the country. There was a mad flies over there. Okay? The reason why I'm talking about flies is because I despise flies. I hate flies. And I hate them for a good reason. Because they're filthy and they're dirty and disgusting. They jump on top of poop and then they jump on your bread and then you eat it. Okay? So the reason why I'm talking about it is because I want to tell you something that a lot of people don't know. I was sitting in a restaurant out here and as a matter of fact, you see this? See that? It's a reason for that. So I'm sitting at a restaurant and they bring the food out, and in some of my videos you can see my food is always covered. You can never stop them all the time, but at least you can minimize some of the damage by trying to do this. So here's the thing about flies. I'm at the restaurant and the lady asked me, why are you covering your food? And I said, there's a lot of flies here. They're all over the place. And I think one of the reasons is because there's a lot of dogs here. There's dogs all over the streets. I mean, I was walking in 7-Eleven, there was like 11 dogs just laying down, taking a nap. And like 6 of them were pregnant. Because you could see the female dog had, a bunch of nipples for the pups. But it was like 11 dogs laying down. They all sleep. I guess they all was out hanging out at night or something. And they were all laying down. And they poop a lot. Everywhere. So I think there's a reason why there's a lot of flies. And dogs play a part. So I want to tell you something about flies. That reason why I'm so this way about flies. Flies carry bacteria, right? They carry bacteria on their little feet. You see them doing this? They carry a lot of bacteria on their feet because their feet it's like sticky. So bacteria sticks to their feet. So when they're carrying that bacteria on their feet, or I don't know what they call them, they're not feet, but they're like legs. They carry them, they got like hair on their legs. So they fly around and they fly on your food. The minute they place their legs on your food, they transfer that bacteria to your food, right? And then you go eat that and you get sick. And another thing about these, let me put these glasses on because I want you guys to know this. So, whenever you see a fly, if you look closely at a fly, they have this, it's like a port, like a teleport at the front of their head, on their head. It's a long little beak. And what they do is, they place that beak on your food because they don't have teeth. And what they do is, they vomit. And they vomit on your food. Basically, they liquefy it. They liquefy whatever they're on. And that's why you see them do like that with that little thing. And that thing has a name. And it's called a proboscis. Okay? Vomit comes out of that proboscis onto your food. And then they suck it back up. They suck it back up. I don't know if you guys ever see the movie The Fly. Well, it's back in the 80s. It's the truth. Exactly how that movie portrayed that fly. It does the same. It does that for real. It vomits on the food. Just say like if you had a donut. Gets on your donut, right? The minute it's on the donut, it vomits on it. That vomit is sucked back up and absorbed into the proboscis. And it goes into their stomach. That's how they eat. And also, every time they land on something, they poop on it. Look it up. I'm just trying to help you, and the reason why I'm telling you this, there's a lot of flies here. You might want to cover your food because they carry bacteria and they carry germs and diseases. And you can't never do it with everything that you eat, but at least you can minimize it by doing something. So I try to minimize it at every cost. So, just make sure you do that because it's the heat with the dogs and the flies, they're everywhere. And you got to do like this even at nighttime. They're treacherous. So, enough talking about the fly. I gave you the information out here of what happens. And again, not complaining because they say we complain a lot. But I'm just talking to the people that's going to come out here. Know what you're coming into. Number 4. Okay, in one of my videos, I talked about opening up a bank account and me having a problem with opening the bank account and the teller giving me an issue because of the signature. Well, since that time, I actually went back to the bank and I said, you know what, I want to talk to the manager. Because I never talked to the manager, and me being in a management position on my job and in the military, I know there's a chain of command, and everybody has a supervisor, everybody has a team leader, or what have you. So I said, you know what? Let me talk to the manager. So I went back to that bank. The same girl was there, young woman was there, and I went in there and spoke with the manager, and he was really, really nice. I have his business card, and I asked him, can I sit and speak with you for a moment? Do you have a moment of your time? Can I have a moment of your time? And he said, sure. He sat me down, and I started talking to him and telling him the incident about the teller telling me that with 4 different IDs, I was verified 4 different ways. I live right across the street from the bank. My address is on my ACR card. It's on my Philippine driver's license. What more? So I'm explaining this to him, and I'm glad to say that he said that she made a mistake and that he was willing to open up an account, and she should have spoke with the supervisor. just like I thought. So if you decide that you're gonna come here and you want to open up a bank account, now I can say the name of the bank, because he basically said, if you know anybody that want to open up a bank account, we're not gonna run away from the money. We want you to come to us. And that was a mistake on her part. So now the bank, in my personal opinion, has good credibility, because the actual supervisor tried to make it right, and he did. He made it right, and just like I expected, I knew that it was an error in her judgment. So if you would like to go, if you're thinking about opening up a bank account here, which a lot of us do, I have one, there's a lot of people here that opens up accounts here. There's one right across the street. You can email me. I'll be happy to give you that bank information and the bank name, and you can go over there, talk to the manager. I can actually refer the manager, the branch manager, his name to you. So just tell him 53 Shades Darker in the Philippines sent you, and that you want to open up an account. That's if you want to. You don't have to. Some people find it not necessary. I find it necessary to have one since I'm living here. So, and I'm speaking to the people that plan on living here, or being here for some time. Excuse me, let me wipe my face because it is getting hot in here. You gotta be prepared out here, because it's always humid, really humid out here. So anyway, enough of that on the bank. If you want to open an account, like I said, email me. So number five. This right here, I don't understand it. And I wish that somebody would explain it to me. Lily Vest, Tate Channel, help me out. You guys help me out that's been living here, and just explain to me what is the reason behind this. So, lines, Lines, lines. Like if you're in line, say at a grocery store, 7-Eleven, anywhere, the bank. Well, let me see, the bank. I wouldn't say the banks. They pretty much have an order, but mainly like the grocery stores, the 7-Elevens, your convenience stores, any kind of store like that. Lines don't mean anything. If you're standing in line, it doesn't mean anything. And what I mean by that is, and I'm just trying to tell you guys, so don't get upset when you come here and you go stand in line and you get like, what the heck is going on? Because these are the things that happen. So you need to know this. So if you're standing in a line and there's 10 people in a line, and they're, let's say McDonald's or Jollibee, those places. You're standing in line, you're waiting patiently like everybody else. You're like number 10. They open up another register, right? You're next. Or somebody in front of you. One person in front of you. Somebody can come up from the back of the line. 10 people behind you. They just walked up, right? Or they just walk into the line, into the next register. They will take them. No matter how long you've been waiting, they won't say, sir, I'll take you. Ma'am, I'll take you next. They're not gonna say that. Nobody says anything. So waiting in line doesn't really matter. Some people just jump right in front of you and they don't say anything, or it happens out here. You can be waiting for 20 minutes and the person just opened up a thing. The person behind you will run into the teller and they'll take them. So don't get mad, because that's how it is. That's how it is here. There's pretty much like no rules on that. It's not an orderly thing, put it that way. It's not done in order. It's just, yeah, just jump in front of me. It's fine. So don't get mad about it, because you are over here, and that's just how it's done here. So I had to roll with it, and at first, in the beginning, I was thinking like, wow, but that's just how it is. So, they don't mean anything. It's just the way it's done. It's not like in your home country where maybe there's a orderly line where if the person has been standing there for 20 minutes waiting for their stuff or waiting to pay, that they'll take in consideration that somebody's been waiting, and they'll call the next person and say, "Sir, you're next." It's not done like that here. So, patience, understanding, whole different place. Okay. It was something else that I wanted to talk about. Oh, I said top 5, but I'm gonna throw one little extra freebie in there. And to know this, if you buy a condo here, and I'm getting ready to fight it because I understand some of the reason, but there has to be some medium where we can negotiate. So if you own a condo here and you have a balcony, right? I know about association. I know about certain things you can and can't do with association. So with an association, you can't hang your clothes even on a nice looking rack to dry your clothes. And I understand why you can't, because they don't want it to look like clothes everywhere. However, when you wash your clothes, the washing machines that the condos come with, they don't dry. They're supposed to be these dryers that wash and dry at the same time, which they never dry. They're like damp. They're not even damp. They're still wet. They don't dry your clothes. So if you have clothes, where are you gonna put them? Are you gonna hang them all over the house? So if you're like me, where I'm gonna be renting my condo out, and I got nice furniture in the unit, I don't want to put wet clothes hanging on top of my couches or my tables, or the whole house is scattered with clothes. Right? Now I have what you call a maid's quarter. You can put them in there, but it's still inside a kind of confined area. Clothes have to be either dried by a heater, or a heating element dryer, which they don't have here. So the people that designed this place, they didn't think about, none of them are like that. None around, I don't think in the Philippines. The condos, they don't have as far as I know, but I know here there's none. They don't have dryers where you can dry your clothes, wash them, and then dry them right away. So you have to hang dry them. So if you hang dry them in that confined area, guess what's going to happen? Your clothes might not be as fresh smelling as if they were outside or in a dryer. So my thing, what I'm trying to do is, since I'm an owner here, I'm going to try to get on the board so we can kind of make a compromise to say, hey, maybe only one day a week, like a Saturday or Sunday, where it's allowed. In 6 days, where you can't. I understand as a business standpoint why they don't want everybody with clothes hanging, because I don't like the way that looks either. But you have to think, if you didn't provide the right drying system, you have to compromise with people and give them at least one day where people wash their clothes once a week. and you're allowed to hang them out there for the day. Everybody is not going to wash, but some will, so it won't look bad. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments, because I'm curious to know. So, you know, they tell me, hey, somebody's saying that you got your clothes hanging out on the balcony, you know, a couple shirts, whatever. So they're real picky about that. So I'll keep you informed about what happens here, because I'm going to be try to get on the board so I can have some say-so in our association here. So, comments. 2 comments. We're almost done here. We're looking at 45 minutes already. Jesus, it's getting longer and longer. I like talking to you guys. So, comments. First comment I got was from my friend and vlogger who I follow and I watch, Lily Beth Tate channel. She says, let me put on my glasses. Steve Harvey, here we go. She says, Koreans serving is a small, it was about the Korean, I guess the Korean place that just opened up. So her comment said, Korean serving is a small but many choices, particularly side dishes, and I love Korean food. So delectable and hot and spicy. That's why I learned how to cook Korean food. Yeah, so I like Korean food too. There's just certain things that I haven't tried, but I want to thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. And yeah, they have so many different types of food. So, you know, they have a variety, and I really like it. Thank you for your comment. So the second comment, it was the Beach of Life, which is one of my friends who I met and know personally. Really good guy, and and I always say that he was my 13th subscriber, and we have 976 or something like that, and he was number 13, and I remember it just like I'm reading this paper. So the Beach of Life, he says, Koreans know what's up in the Philippines, and I guess Koreans do, because there's a lot of Koreans that frequent the Philippines. You know, there's a lot of places, a lot of restaurants, there's a lot of influence with the Korean population. It's a good thing. They love it here, and I don't blame them, because I love it as well. So, but yeah, over here in Lapu-Lapu, it's beginning to be a lot of Korean businesses that are showing up, and you know, I've been in a couple, a lot of restaurants and a lot of grocery stores. So, you know, it's a good thing. It's good for the economy. I would imagine. I'm not an economist, so you know, I'm just saying. No, that's just my personal opinion. So, other than that, I think that's it. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And you know, like I always say at the end of my huddles, be kind to one another. And if you don't know how to be kind to one another, learn how to be kind to one another. You know, we all humans, and there's only one race, and that's the human race. So with that being said, we all need to take care of each other. So I want you to stay safe, have a good night or good morning wherever you are, and pass the word, and let's get to that 1,000 subscribers. Peace, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for riding, and I appreciate everyone that's out there. Peace. Thank you for watching my video. If you like the content, please subscribe, share the video, and like the video. Also, you can share it on any social media that you may have. Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, to support the channel, to continue to do the things that I'm doing to help out with the community, you can go to the Buy Me a Coffee. The description is in the link. Remember, sharing is caring. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you on the next video.
What's up, y'all?